Hello everybody and welcome back to Phyzik Talks. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. You know, I've done a couple movie review videos. Well, I thought today we could switch things up and do a TV series review video. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the TV series that I think you shouldn't miss. However, there is a warning for this video because these TV series that I'll be talking about are very addictive and they will suck you in and not let go. So, without further ado, let us roll that intro. So I'm definitely hoping to turn this into a series where each week on Thursdays I will talk about either movies or TV series. But it's basically down to you guys whether I continue this. I know there are some of you that really like the movie reviews and I thoroughly enjoy doing it and I would love to make a series out of it. So show your support today, leave a like, leave a comment and let me know what you think about the idea. Also, I am nearing 6,000 subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thank you so much guys. Right, let us begin. I'm not going to be talking about loads of different TV series today because, as I say, I want to turn this into a series, so I want to leave stuff for future episodes, but I've basically narrowed it down to several different series. So first of all, let us begin with the one and only Stranger Things. I'd be surprised if you guys haven't at least heard of Stranger Things. It is a Netflix series and it is spectacular. I can't believe it's taken me this long to actually sit down and check it out, but my god, it totally exceeded my expectations. As a lover of science, a lover of physics, a lover of quantum physics, I found a lot of the concepts in Stranger Things to be fascinating because they are ideas that I've pondered about a lot myself, especially the idea of other dimensions, of the many worlds theory. And it's not just the sciencey stuff, it's the fantastic acting, especially from the child actors. My god, I swear I have never seen such incredible child actors in my life. Just brilliant. Now, of course, when discussing TV series, there is the tricky thing about discussing the plot, because obviously I really want you guys to check out these series if you haven't seen them already. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about the plot, but the basic idea of the plot starting out is that a kid goes missing and no one really knows what happened to him. So it becomes a kind of mystery crime drama sort of thing where people are investigating what happened. You have a police chief named Hopper who gets involved in the situation, trying to find this kid. The mystery unravels in such a fantastic way. There are so many twists, and once you get to about halfway through season 1, you are asking so many questions. There could be so many possibilities to what has happened. The first series starts off with a group of kids playing Dungeons and Dragons. Wonderful. It was such a great start because I'm a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. I don't care what you guys think of that. I think it's a cool thing. And another thing that I found instantly enjoyable was the music. The soundtrack is exceptional because it's based in the 80s. You have a very synthy kind of soundtrack and I think it's wonderful, especially the main theme that plays over the title sequence. Now, I am not a fan of reviewers that talk solely about the plot and don't discuss any of the technical elements. I'm a big fan of technicalities. So one of the things I think is really exceptional and stands out from other series is the editing. It has fantastic editing. Before I started making videos for YouTube, I didn't know too much about editing. I couldn't really spot when editing was good or when it was bad, but now that I've done a lot myself, I can tell when there is fantastic editing, and Stranger Things has wonderful editing, especially when it comes to scene transitions or scene breaks. The way they can blend something into something else is just wonderful, and it happens so many times in each episode, so you can get a lot out of it. Another thing I love with a TV series compared to films is when you have cliffhangers, and Stranger Things has plenty of cliffhangers. You so desperately want to see what happens next, and I think that can be a really wonderful feeling. I'm going to stop talking about Stranger Things now because I'm kind of rambling at this point. So, much like my movie reviews, I'm going to give the series a score out of 10. It's not just going to be whole numbers, I'm going to be doing decimal places as well. So, I'm going to give Stranger Things a 9 out of 10. And that's very, very generous of me because some of the other series I have to talk about are mind-blowing as well. So, let's move on to series number 2. Next up, we have potentially the greatest TV series I have ever seen. This is Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire is incredibly engaging from start to finish. This is one series I actually didn't think I would enjoy. I didn't think I would be able to get into the time period and the setting, but I loved it. I loved it. Season 1 opens with one of the main characters, Nucky Thompson, played by Steve Buscemi, who is celebrating the prohibition of alcohol because he knows he will make fat stacks of cash from illegal alcohol. We also have Jimmy Darmody, who is played by Michael Pitt. He has returned from the Great War in France to see if he can get a job with Nucky Thompson. So he plans a heist with Al Capone, played by Stephen Graham, who you may recognise from This Is England. I think he's a wonderful actor, and being British, it's pretty incredible hearing him pull off that accent. Boardwalk Empire, in my opinion, features one of the best casts of actors and characters that will ever reach our TV screens. It's just amazing. I am someone who is a big fan of character studies, and Boardwalk Empire is just dripping with fantastic characters that are so diverse, that have so many layers to them and such life to them. One of the most interesting characters, in my opinion, is the federal agent Nelson Van Alden, played by Michael Shannon. This is one twisted and bizarre character. He has such heavy and deep religious views that it creates this really bizarre and rather dark character as well. That's another thing. Boardwalk Empire has a very, very dark side to it, as you could imagine, with huge amounts of organized crime. It has a lot of dark aspects, a lot of incredibly violent scenes, which I'm a big fan of. I like violence when it's done in the right way and for the right reasons. One of the main aspects that drew me to watching Boardwalk Empire is that the pilot episode is directed by none other than Martin Scorsese, and it's not just the pilot episode. He's involved a lot with the series and really creates the style of the series, and that style is very noticeable. I am a big fan of Martin Scorsese. He is one of my favourite, if not my favourite director, up there with Charlie Kaufman. I absolutely love his style, the amount of energy and life he can bring to a series or a film. So the series is created by one of the writers from The Sopranos, Terrence Winter, and he has a huge amount of knowledge when it comes to this kind of subject matter, and he really knows how to bring it to life with a huge amount of realism. A large amount of the characters from Boardwalk Empire are based on real people. That includes Nucky Thompson, that includes Al Capone, of course, and many others. So, I'll leave it there for what I think about Boardwalk Empire, and I think it may be obvious from how I've been speaking as to how I'm going to rate Boardwalk Empire, and of course, it is a 10 out of 10. You've got to see it. You've just got to see it. It is wonderful. So, next series. Next up, we have Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. Great job. Now, I've been talking about some pretty intense and heavy TV series, so to finish off, I've got the most ridiculous, absurdist comedy you have ever seen. It is just fantastic. I first found out about these guys from a channel I love called yourmoviesucks.org. I'll put a link to their channel in the description because I think if you want to know anything about movies, that is the best resource on YouTube. It is such a wonderful channel. He does gaming as well, and the Let's Plays are fantastically edited. They're like highlights of a game done in the most hilarious way you could imagine. So, Tim and Eric, Awesome Show, Great Job, is a TV series on Adult Swim. They do a lot of They branch off and do a lot of other stuff as well. But you have extra people like Steve Brule, so it's a real concoction of very, very funny people. Now, to give you an idea of their kind of humour, check out this quick clip about a fantastic new Cinco product called the Internet.
Hi friends, I'm Tim Heidecker here with my good friend Eric Wareheim, here to tell you about an exciting new product from Cinco Technology.
That's right, Tim. It's called the Internet, and it's a fresh new way to check out sites, buy clothing, and surf music. And it's all located on this tiny CD-ROM.
You bet, Eric. You know, my favorite thing about the Internet is that it's 100% secure.
Wait a second, Tim. What about all my e-worms and my email viruses?
Well, Eric, you can kiss your e-virus problems goodbye, because just let go of it.
It's just ridiculous. I have, however, found that sometimes the comedy can be a little bit hit and miss. I find that I'm either laughing my head off or I'm just kind of chuckling a little bit. There's not much of a middle ground. I think this is largely due to how abstract and weird the humor is, but I think they're jokes that are more grounded in reality are my favorite. Their ridiculous telecommercials and advertising gimmicks I think is just wonderful. So Tim and Eric Awesome Show, really, really good. It's great to see people like Steve Brule getting involved. It's just wicked. I don't really have much else to say on it other than you need to check it out. If you're into comedy like Brass Eye, which is another fantastic TV series that I'll definitely be talking about in a future episode, then you'll like this kind of stuff. If you like TV series that takes the mick out of older decades, then you will definitely like Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. I think you can find a lot of their episodes on their channel on Adult Swim, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. As well as that, you have the Adult Swim YouTube channel, which is where I started watching clips, and there's actually a great deal of their content on there, so definitely a good resource for that kind of stuff. So that is all I have to discuss on TV series today. Please do let me know what you thought of this, whether you think you'd enjoy seeing more content like this. Let me know some of your favourite series. I'd love to take suggestions and they could possibly appear in a later episode. So I'm really hoping, but I'm not going to promise anything because I don't like doing that, but I'm hoping to do TV series and movie reviews on every Thursday. Now, it's mainly going to be film reviews because obviously it's much easier to watch a film as opposed to watching a whole TV series, so it'll mostly be film reviews. But I've written out a proper schedule which I'm hoping to try my best to stick to. Again, I don't want to promise anything, but I'm hoping that on Mondays we'll have a commentary video. On Tuesdays, I will be working on Patreon exclusives and Patreon rewards, as well as patron picks, so games that my patrons have selected. And then I will be doing my stream at 7 PM here on YouTube. Then on Wednesdays, I'm going to be doing another commentary video. On Thursdays, I'll be doing either movie reviews or TV reviews, hopefully, and I might do some other stuff as well, like documentaries, because I'm into my documentaries. And then on Fridays, we will have again Patreon exclusives, and then a stream at 7 PM again on YouTube. On Saturdays, we'll hopefully have a stream at 6:30 PM again on YouTube, but potentially on Twitch. I'm not sure. It's probably going to be a rotation of Twitch every other week on one of the days. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm just kind of letting you guys know a rough idea of what you can expect from this channel. That's pretty much all I have to talk about today. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please do leave me a like, and please do subscribe if you enjoy my content. Nearly at 6,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? I pretty much can't. It's absolutely amazing, and it's all down to you guys, so thank you so much for all of your support. So I have my stream tomorrow night from 7 PM onwards. That'll be right here on YouTube. We'll have plenty of exciting and fun games. I'm hopefully going to be playing some adventure games, so it won't just be horror if you're not into that kind of scary, spooky stuff. and the next Patreon exclusive will be out very soon. I'll also be starting my playthrough of Bioshock 1 or 2, I'm not sure which one I'll be doing just yet, and Alice Madness Returns, as per requested by my patrons. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye bye.